This is going to be part one of an ongoing series that I'm going to be doing on this channel. This series in question is going to be me scaling all of the Kung Fu Panda villains. The first main villain that I'm going to scale is Kai. Kai's attack potency is fairly clear-cut. Oogway and Kai were capable of splitting these rocks here. We have two feats that are calced in the town level area, one being small town, the other one being actual town level. Now, the one that is town level, Kai on his own would not scale to, as it was the combined force of both Oogway and Kai that caused this attack. However, Kai proceeds to absorb Oogway, meaning that he should just gain the power of Oogway, meaning he should easily hit this town level attack potency. Also, he proceeds to absorb 4 of the Furious 5 and Master Shifu, so honestly, he should be even higher into the town level tier. Now, if we want to wank Kai's attack potency a little bit, we could get him to small country level. We do have a statement from Oogway that Kai and Oogway's fight 500 years ago shook the earth. Now, shook the earth doesn't have to necessarily mean an earthquake, which is where we would get this small country level rating from. It could just mean change the world, and this would be world changing, as we know Kai and Oogway were both of these massive figures in the world. So this could be up for interpretation, whether this actually is like a earthquake or not, shaking the whole world. But if it is, Kai should easily scale far higher than this, as when he faces off against Oogway for the second time, Oogway states that he became stronger. He then proceeds to absorb Oogway and all the other people that I talked about. So Kai should obviously massively upscale from this if you do believe that he shook the entire earth in terms of an earthquake. Kai's speed isn't too difficult to scale either, as we see Kai can just use his blades at supersonic speeds casually. We know Kai will upscale from Kung Fu Panda 2 Po as he destroys Kung Fu Panda 3 Po, who is stronger than this Kung Fu Panda 2 Po. Kung Fu Panda 2 Po being able to deflect supersonic cannonballs. So it's pretty blatant that Kai would scale up into that supersonic range of speed. Now, in terms of durability, we don't have as much, but we do see Kai pretty easily tanking an attack from Oogway, and then absorbing all the Master's Chi on top of this should mean that Kai gets up into that town level of durability, at least. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. We get to actually cover Kai's abilities. So first of all, we see this isn't really necessarily like an ability, but it is just a kind of state of being for Kai. We see that he actually cannot die from traditional means. When he enters the mortal realm, leaving the spirit realm, when he teleports away, that's an ability he has. He can teleport out of the spirit realm, but when he teleports out of the spirit realm, he asks a goose, "If I stomp on you, will you die?" The goose says yes, which clearly would show that characters in the spirit realm just cannot die. The only way to permanently get rid of or defeat masters in the spirit realm is by using attacks that are based on chi. We see this as the only way Kai can die is from chi attacks from Po, and the only way Kai can absorb these immortal beings is through chi. So if you have access to a high level of chi or chi manipulation with being able to absorb people, you should be able to kill Kai, even though he is completely immortal to normal physical attacks. Now we can get to Kai's absorption abilities. Kai can just absorb people's chi. We see this throughout the series. He's Kai the Collector. That's his entire character. And then he can turn this chi of these Kung Fu masters or whoever he absorbs into Jade Warriors. These Jade Warriors need to be controlled by him, but when he doesn't throw too many of them out, he is able to pretty well control them to a level where they can fight members of the Furious 5, press members of the Furious 5, which is fairly impressive, as like Tigress can split building level rocks way back into her life, and we know like Monkey is grabbing arrows out of the air casually, so it's really impressive that they can actually fight on the level of these Furious 5 members. Now, to absorb characters, it's important to note that Kai does need them to be somewhat restrained, whether they're knocked to the ground and can't really get back up, or he actually just has them enchained. If that condition is not met, then he cannot easily absorb them. This is part one of my scaling all of the Kung Fu Panda villains series. Now, there's going to be a few parts. Obviously, I'm going to be scaling both Shen and Tai Lon, as those two are pretty much the most important. But there may also be a fourth video where I just go over all of the side villains and like try to show you where they scale and everything. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.